Hi, good evening, everyone who is joining this live stream and who will be joining and who will be watching this video afterwards. It's Damien. Today is the 14th of April, and this is a live stream live from Wimbledon. So everyone who's watching this video, I really appreciate the fact that you're watching this. You watch this. Please sign up, subscribe to my channel and sign up for the notifications. I would appreciate this very much. This helps me the channel to grow. Um, it was really difficult to choose the topic today for very simple reasons. I've been tired and I haven't been thinking about which type of information I want to share with you today. And there So at the end I chose to speak very quickly about the topic of mainstream media and if they are telling the truth, or is this false, what we receive as important daily information. I would even rather go a little bit further. I would ask, in particular, when it's regarding particular topics, does it make sense what we receive as invalid information? One topic which I would like to choose is like Brexit. So nobody really sees through what is happening here in London, and the politics. They are just, I think, making fools out of them. How they deal with this and all this postponing and all this, votes and 2 years of debating and negotiating, and at the end, nothing really came out of it. Just another deadline which has been postponed. So, and nobody really understands this. And when I put on Google, what does it have to do with mainstream media? When I put on Google the search index and I put in Brexit news, and I've done this couple of days in a row, you really can't get any valid information. So the first main topics, the first information you are getting, that just doesn't make sense. What it looks like, the people who are dealing with this topic wouldn't understand what they do, and then the people who are reporting on this topic wouldn't know how to report, or what the other people are doing. So how does it relate to the topic which I wanted to speak about today? So I think, I better would say nothing, because, I think it's quite dangerous to speak about this kind of topic. It could be like something which can affect people when they say what they think about what mainstream media is doing with information and how do they report. Because I think that when we present like our point of view, or when we present maybe a critical point of view, if mainstream media is really reporting well, and if it's reporting truly and honestly about what is going on in the world, we will possibly face difficulties, because recently there has been someone arrested in an embassy in London. The Assange, the Wiki Leaks founder, I think, has been arrested under sexual harassment accusations, but on behalf of the U.S. government, because he was sending out and into the world classified information, and now he's in jail. So it looks like that informing the world about certain topics is like putting on the person who is doing this as somehow a risk of having to hide from the legal system, and then to be arrested. So I heard a lot of opinions on this arrest warrant, and on this situation on this occurrence, which has happened a couple of days ago. And I'm really curious what your opinion on that is, and how do you feel about this kind of topics. I could give more examples than that. The good examples are, for example, What is with the topic of the global warming? Is this like a really true topic, which the mass media is reporting honestly and accordingly to the recent research, scientific research on, or is this like a political issue, which is just on the top, and everybody has to accept it? There are some other topics, like for example, the reporting about what's going on in certain countries where war is going on, when people are killed on a daily basis, but it's just even not reported, and nobody keeps really attention, or it's not worth reporting. And I think Wiki Leaks is one of these examples where the organization has released this video of completely innocent people in Iraq being shot by this U.S. helicopter. This has been a long time ago, 2010. So you will know that this is not actual information I'm talking about, but there are similar, information, or lack of information which this relates to, which are current information. What people do know from mass media about how money is created, how central banks are working, and what the Federal Reserve System looks like, and why they are affected on a daily basis by that, by increasing prices, by the money losing value, for example, and how that they just like maybe enslaved through this system, and through the taxes which have been put upon them just because this central banking system exists. Nobody really knows, or at least doesn't know when he's just watching mainstream media. And shouldn't be this like an important information which everybody should have access to on a daily basis, just to understand and to make right choices. And there are different other types of stuff. Like for example, in South Africa, there are so many. So South Africa has become, after the change from the apartheid regime to this new, don't, to this new regime, which has overcome apartheid, one of the most violent places in the world. It's, I think, I don't know if it's the city Johannesburg, or if the city of this, or if the country is all as a whole. It's the main. It's the country with the highest rates of rapes and murders in the world, and the murders on white farmers are very brutal, and many people are dying, and nobody's really reporting on that. So there are more important topics like rights of sexual minorities, the right to marry a man. If I'm a man, this seems a very important topic. Or how we raise our children in this particular times. If for some people this is very important information, but why we do not get information about this type of stuff on a daily basis, just to get and to what's going on in the world. So actually, I'm not really a good authority on that, what I'm speaking about, just because I'm informing myself from alternative media, so I'm getting my information not out of mainstream media, and not because it's mainly because I don't trust them. So I have to admit this. I'm one of them who just rather picking up this information from alternative sources, to get like a view what's going on, instead of listening to this. To this mainstream information. It's I have this strong feeling of this political power going hand in hand with the information which is provided with the biggest mainstream media. For America, this might be CNN. For the UK, it might be the BBC. I see this very clearly with the information which is giving away in Germany through the Tagesschau, and how is, for example, the biggest political leaders in Germany are presented, especially the Chancellor, Miss Merkel. I think she lost completely any kind of common sense what in regards what she has been deciding in the recent years, and how she was dealing with politics. I think her a feeling of power. She got so used to the power that she just does what she likes to do, not considering the consequences of magic she considers, and it's all well presented in media. So, and how far does it can go? You can see on particular examples. Yeah, I don't want to, let's. I just heard, and this is all the only reason why I'm speaking about this is because I heard like an broadcast about it. For example, who Nelson Mandela has been in the past, that he has been like the head of a terrorist organization. This has been the reason why he has been put into jail, because he was bombing people and responsible for killing many people, and that every government would have been like sentence him to many years of prison, regardless if this would be like an apartheid regime or another one. And yeah, this is a man who has became like an the Nobel Prize for peace, and equally like Barack Obama, who has been like the commander, and chief during all the wars in Syria and all this kind of stuff. And I just wonder who is like eligible to get this kind of prize. When are you eligible to get a prize for peace, a Nobel Prize for peace? Is this like everyone? Yeah, make up your own opinion. Maybe you have some comments on that. This is like a short video for Damien. I could go very deep in this topic. Believe me, I could just like we could go through many topics. This was like just a small trigger to you to think about it. I chose like randomly topics which I recently heard about it a lot, like some information. The rest of the Wiki Leaks founder. Um, yeah, um, has been one. Then the topic of of money, centralized money, and that we possibly have a socialized system of creating money and currency through central banks, which is really enslaving people and having to work. Yeah, how long you have to work and how much of that is going to for income tax. So I'm curious about your comments. Thank you very much. Speak soon. Cheers. Bye.